Welcome back to another edition, another week of the Link Up. I'm your humble host, Tone DESHIELDS II, and I'm joined by Symone Stanley, one of the best in the biz, reporting on not just your Philadelphia Eagles, but reporting on all things sports, college, the NFL, the WNBA. She's everywhere, man. She does it all, and she travels very well when it comes to her Philadelphia Eagles. So make sure you guys lock in. We appreciate you guys. We're holding it down for our guy, Lord Brunson, LB. Unfortunately, he is a little bit under the weather. On top of that, he got the girls this week, so you know what I mean. He's trying to check a lot of boxes right now, and we're gonna hold him down in the process. So, Symone, obviously, I appreciate you being here. It's always a pleasure talking to you. First and foremost, how are you?
I'm doing good. You live to fight another day. You know what I'm saying? So,
yes, you
feeling much better than obviously Monday. Yeah.
So help me out through this, right? And for some of y'all that probably don't know, if you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. But if for those of you that don't know, Symone was at the game on Monday night. Her, Lord Brunson, and if I'm not mistaken, your boyfriend is a Falcons fan, right? So he was with them as well. And you know, they got the chance to talk to the people, take photos. The vibes was right. You know, Nick Foles was in the building, Jason Kelce was in the building. The vibes was just, they seemed right. They seemed right. But then I want you to walk me through all the emotions that you felt watching that game on Monday night. It came with its ups, its downs, its ebbs and flows. Walk me through the full range of your experience at Lincoln Financial Field on Monday night.
First of all, the tailgate, like I said, tailgate was fun. Tailgate was a vibe. It was a couple of other Falcons fans at the tailgate, which was already spooky. You know what I'm saying? Because it was just too much of them at the tailgate. You know, like I said, I live in Atlanta and I hardly see Falcons fans on the regular. So I'm like, where did all these Falcons fans come from? Because, you know, in Atlanta, it's a transplant city. It's a lot of people that moved to Atlanta. So I was shocked. I was gagged. I did not expect to see that many Falcons fans. Like I said, I don't see Falcons fans in Atlanta. On Sundays, there are all these other fans. Tailgate was a vibe. A lot of content, a lot of fun. Did a lot of content. All that stuff. Sadly, Tom, once AJ Brown was ruled out, I had a sick feeling in my stomach. Even before the game, I had a sick feeling in my stomach. Like I said, I did a video pre-game. Me and Dylan did a pre-game video, and I said in the video, I'm scared. I'm nervous. You know what I mean? Right. What we've seen from the Eagles these last 20 games, because, I mean, the Packers was an ugly win too, has not made me go into any game feeling confident. Like, I haven't been at the time of going into a game confident probably since week 1 last season against the Patriots. Went into that confident and saw it as you was. So going into this game, I honestly still had a sick feeling in my stomach. Like I said, in my pregame video, I literally said in the pregame video, I'm nervous without AJ Brown. I said we got to get pressure on Kirk Cousins, and we can't turn the ball over. And what did we do? We didn't get pressure, and we turned the ball over at the end. So the two things I said could happen, did happen. I'm going to tell you this, Tone. Obviously, we were sitting – it's the Linc. It's hella Eagles fans. But, you know, the fans that was around me, you know, you chopping it up with the folks around you. Mm-hmm. So, like, the immediate fans around me, the whole game, we was all on edge. I mean, at halftime, the score was 3-6. Was 3-6 at halftime? So, the whole game, the little group around me, we was on edge because we know when it's a close game like that, once it was halftime and it was that close, I just knew an ending like that could happen. Like, that ending did not surprise me, given the way that the game was going. We was letting them hang around too close. Once they had the ball with 2 minutes left, I knew it. Because that's the kind of stuff that happens to us. We let teams hang around. So sadly, I wasn't even surprised. That's the saddest part, is I wasn't surprised. And like I said, nobody around me in my little immediate area was surprised either. Once we saw they was getting the ball back, everybody around me was like,
we're going to lose.
The fact that the game was close the whole time, like, of course, when we score, we be rooting and cheering, but everybody was on edge, bro.
Yeah, there were just certain things, and it's funny. You said something interesting, right? You said the last game you were fully confident in was Week 1 of last season. That was the Patriots game, which is crazy because everybody goes into the season confident about their team, right? So that's wild. I think the last game that I had confidence in this team, like I was like unwavered, was that Dolphins game. That was the last game where I had like full confidence, and ever since then, it's kind of just been a little bit shaky. To your point, but back to the Atlanta game, it's funny, right? I was watching the game, and all throughout, I'm saying to myself, they they are keeping this thing closer than what it needs to be. They are letting this team hang around. They're giving them confidence. They're giving them any sort of sliver of hope. And it was just a game that was just riddled with missed opportunities, um, questionable situational play calling. But at the end of the day, for me, I know a lot of people want to look at Nick Sirianni. They want to look at Kellen Moore, right? They even want to look at Jalen Hurts for throwing an interception in the end. And look, you can't throw an interception in the end. You can't do that. You got to go down there and you got to be judicial, and you gotta make the plays. You got to make the plays that $50 million guy is supposed to make. You got to do it. That's the reality. You had 34 seconds with 2 timeouts. That you already start the ball on the 30 now. So two solid conversions, you in range. But nonetheless, I feel like this game was lost well before that interception. And I want to get your point. I want to get your perspective on that angle because, like, you know, I was live earlier, and a lot of people feel differently about why they lost. And this is one of the more annoying games to really talk about because there are too many angles that people can approach it from as far as why they lost. And for me, it begins with that defensive line, and it ends with Saquon Barkley. Because I saw people criticizing the play call, but I'm saying to myself, but if you catch that ball, we're not talking about nothing. And that was let's be honest, that was routine. You drove down the field. You better, first of all, your defense stepped up, right? And this is my perspective, right? Your defense was struggling all game to get stops, period. They were allowing 7-8 yards of carry all game. They had a hard time defending the pass. They had a hard time getting pressure all throughout the game as well. So you can't stop the run. You can't get pressure, which is making it harder for your DBs and your linebackers. I actually feel like the DBs and linebackers played as good as they could have played under the circumstances. You held them to 22 points, right? So your defense finally comes up big. Remember in the Super Bowl, we said all we needed was one stop, right? They finally came up in this game. They gave you that one stop you needed to win this game. Big. And on your side of the field, CJ, GJ come up, nail Bijan. 4th down, over. Turn the ball over. So now you got an opportunity to close this game out in full control. The ball is in your court. And that offense drives down the field, all running plays. They get to the red zone. They decide to do the play action play. Wasn't mad at it because I understood what the objective was. He dropped the ball. The moment he dropped that ball, I said to myself, we about to blow this game. Because there's no reason why your defense should have had to touch that field again. That was my biggest problem. When you see, you know this better than anybody. Sports, the football especially, it's a game of swings and momentum and emotion, and the air can get sucked out of a stadium easily. And when Saquon dropped that ball, I want you to tell me just the sound that you heard. Because you said around in your vicinity, everybody was kind of like, "Oh, this vibe ain't right now." But just tell me the sound when he dropped that ball. That's when I knew I knew we lost that game right there. I knew. I felt it. I felt it in my bones. You can't do that to your defense that's been struggling all day. The defensive line, they lost that game. Saquon Barkley, unfortunately, he lost that game for the Philadelphia Eagles. It was one of those games where possessions were going to be limited, and you had to take advantage of your opportunities. And unfortunately, the Philadelphia Eagles didn't take advantage of the opportunities. I even go back to the Devontae Smith drop in the end zone. Like, it's just things that just can't happen, man. It just can't happen. But yeah, man. The last thing I want to do is harp on this game, but I still got to ask you, right? Where do the Eagles go from here? as it pertains to that defensive line, right? I mean, there's so many people you can point out and just kill. Just speak on that defensive line, Symone, and your overall feelings about it. I know. Take your time. Take your time, sweetheart. I know. Take your time. Take your time.
Obviously, best case scenario is we bring in some reinforcements, bring in whatever we can, whoever we can, scrape that little 50-year-old veteran minimum market, see who's still hungry, who want one last contract. We make a trade. If not, boys gonna have to become men. At the end of the day, boss up, boss up, boss up, grow up, be a man. Boss up, have some pride. Stop getting beat. Play with some pride, some dignity. Some of these players, aren't you tired of being called bums? Aren't you tired of being called busts? Aren't you tired of looking at the end of the game and seeing you ain't got a goddamn stat on the board? Like, we got the personnel if they would just gussy it up. Like, we got too many on paper dogs. We already know they ain't really dogs. But I just feel like a lot of it could come down to effort and just want to. Like, also, it's time to it's been 2 weeks with no pressure. It's been 2 weeks with no sacks. 2 weeks to not hit home. Getting pressure, not hit home. A big issue we had last season too. It's time to experiment with some of the other bulls we got. Jalen Hunt. Let's see what he got. Thomas Booker, give him some more snaps. Like,
he had more tackles. Real quick, so he had more tackles than all of them, and he only had like 9 snaps.
Exactly. So going into this game, give the boys who've shown something or who haven't been able to show something because they haven't been on the field, give them a run. We already seen what them boys not gonna do. So let Jalen get some snaps. It's better than nothing. He can't be any worse than what we've seen. Give Thomas Booker some more snaps. He can't be any worse.
That's a very good point.
And we're not going to make any moves, if we're not going to make any trades, then give these other boys a chance. At least we might flash something. We might see something. We already see from last year to this year that a lot of these dudes on the D-line ain't G.
You know what's crazy, man? I look at that D-line and I say to myself,
wait, they've invested. What Austin talking about? Thomas Booker got claimed. What he talking about?
No, he's talking about that was Patrick Johnson, not Thomas Booker.
Oh, I was
Thomas
Booker. What are you talking about?
Patrick Johnson got claimed, not Thomas Booker. Patrick Johnson. Oh. Thomas Booker can't get claimed. He was just playing on Monday.
That's what I was about to say. What?
That was Patrick Johnson.
He said they need to activate Byron Young. Activate the whole practice squad and send everybody else to the practice squad. We will see who got something.
Yeah, and then it's already not a good look when the word came out that Jalen Carter apparently was late for some kind of team meeting, and then he got benched for the first defensive drive. I mean, granted, it's not like that drive lost the game, but it's just one of those things like, where's the focus? Where's the commitment to the craft, right? And I always try to tread lightly when I talk about guys' commitment to their craft, because they're doing something that I can never do. They're putting their bodies on the line. They're pushing their bodies to the limits, right? I try to be as respectful and tread as lightly as I can with that. But Jordan Davis, you're a first-round pick, top 15 pick. Jalen Carter, you're a top 10 pick. Nolan Smith, you are a first-round pick. Bryce Huff, you're getting paid $17 million a year, 34 guaranteed, $51 million over the entire length of the contract if you make it that far. BG, my expectations are always curved with BG because he's in the last year, and BG technically made a play, but they called it back because of some kind of play that happened in the secondary because he sacked Cousins in the red zone. But nonetheless, Josh Sweat, somebody who regularly flies under the radar. I'm tired of him going ghost. Like, honestly, man, I'm
heard that name called, and
I'm more disappointed in him than Bryce Huff, and Bryce Huff making more money. So it's just it's just like This defensive line, on paper, you look at it and you say, oh, they got some talent here. They got some upside here. But what's missing? We looked at this defense, top to bottom, throughout the offseason, and we said to ourselves, hey, they got talent over here. Now they just got to put it together. What's not connecting? That's the part I don't understand. It's 2 games back-to-back where y'all have given up over 150 yards rushing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's back 2 games back-to-back where y'all had no pass rush. No pass rush. Kirk Cousins can't even jump over a stack of quarters. And y'all had that man back there looking like he turned back the clock or something. Like, that second half, Kirk Cousins was damn near flawless. Damn near flawless, right? And again, so much blame to go around, but I cannot take my mind off of the defensive line. They got they drove on that final drive. They drove down the field in less than a minute? On no timeouts? That's an indictment on your pass rush, first and foremost. He had so much time to diagnose that defense. It was ridiculous. And it's sad, honestly. I don't know who to blame. I don't know where to look. I'm not looking at Harry Roseman. I'm tired of people blaming Harry Roseman. Every move he made, we was happy about. Now, all of a sudden, Harry made the wrong move. Y'all wasn't saying that a month ago.
It's not on Howie. It's not on Howie to do their jobs. Howie got the people. They people not doing their jobs. How is this on Howie Roseman? It's not on Howie. Howie brought in the talent. The talent is not playing up to what they supposed to be. That's not on Howie. Howie didn't know that Bryce Huff was going to revert into a bum. How was Howie supposed to know that?
Facts.
I'm saying, like, okay, yes, we should have paid Hassan, but that's the only thing I'm saying is on Howie is not paying Hassan Reddick. Yes, we should have paid Hassan Reddick.
Yeah, I'll say that.
We drafted all the players we were supposed to draft. Like, it's hindsight is 2020, whatever. It ain't on us bad drafting, none of that. We got the dudes we were supposed to get. They just turn out to be lazy or busts.
Facts.
Like, that's all it is. Why? I don't know. But it's not on Howie. In the moment, at the times, those were the best players. Why they are not anymore, I don't know. But that ain't on Howie. That's just some hindsight. It's 2020.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And a lot of people, like I said earlier, they want to look at Nick Sirianni. They want to look at Kellen Moore. And can we criticize?
No. This ain't got nothing to do with Nick Sirianni.
They wanted to, but they wanted to so bad though. They wanted to be about Nick Sirianni so bad because it's the easy target.
That's the easy target.
That's low-hanging fruit.
Saquon Barkley was wide open. This got nothing to do with Kellen Moore. It's a routine play. Saquon didn't catch the ball. This has nothing to do with Kellen Moore. If he caught that ball, we almost put up a 30-piece without A.J. Brown going up against one of the best defenses in the league.
I guarantee if he catch that, it's a touchdown.
Exactly. I don't get how they're saying this is on Kellen. Why? Because Kellen drew open a wide open play? That's not on Kellen. He was wide open. The play worked. It's called execution. That's why they had a player-led huddle, is because that's execution. The play was there. Kellen did his job. Draw open, draw up a wide open play. Check did his job. It's on y'all to execute and catch the ball or not catch the ball.
Kellen Moore decided, I'm winning and losing this game in the hands of Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley. I think that's the kind of situation you want. Let's be honest. Saquon Barkley was the best player on the field yesterday. And Kellen Moore said, okay, I'm winning this game on the backs of Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley. And Jalen Hurts drew through the ball perfectly. And Saquon dropped it. Meanwhile, he caught every target prior to that. So I don't really know what was going through his mind at that time. Another thing that I want to talk about with you before we start the transition to the Saints, right?
Lord.
You got people talking about, Nick made Jalen address the team yesterday after the game. Nick ain't got no balls. He should have addressed that team yesterday. All this kind of stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, hold on, wait. Let's keep it real. We dealing with grown ass men. What did you really expect Nick Sirianni to say after that game? For one, timing is everything. You got to be able to read the room, right? And What is he going to do? What he going to do? Going to the locker room, say, Saquon, you got to catch that. What he going to do? D-line, you failed. What is he going to say after that game? It's up to the players to police themselves in that moment because they lost that game. Period. Can we nitpick certain decisions throughout the game? You should have taken 3 points in the first quarter. Okay, fair enough. But it's the first quarter. All right. It was a low scoring game anyway. But okay, you can nitpick that. Fine, you can have it. You can nitpick the 3rd and 3 call passing it to Saquon. Okay, whatever. Saquon still dropped it though. When they ran that play and Hurts was in the play action and Saquon was wide open, I know the stadium was like game over. And all of a sudden, now everybody wants to act like the play call wasn't a good play call. Oh, you should have ran it. You're only the Falcons' enemy is the clock. And my thing is, hold on, wait. They was running it up to that point, and they caught the Falcons off guard with the play action. We all love that play in the moment. But now we trying to play revisionist history, and we keep trying to point the blame to Nick Sirianni or Kellen Moore. I'm not rolling with that. What's your thoughts on just the whole idea that, Jalen Hurts spoke to the team yesterday? We don't know what he said. But Jalen Hurts spoke to the team. Give me your perspective on Jalen Hurts, how he played, and just where they go from here as a team.
First of all, I have no issue with the player-led huddle. Monday night was a player-led loss. A player-led loss. Like you said, this ain't kindergarten, 1st grade, 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade. This is grown men. Figure that ye out amongst yourselves. No little talk from Nick Sirianni was going to do nothing. This is an execution issue. Like we said, I have no issue with that play call. It was open. Wide open. So I don't see how this is on Nick Sirianni. No. Could we have ran the ball? Yes. But a perfect play call was called because he was wide open and a perfect pass was thrown. So I don't get people saying, oh, we should have ran. Why should we have ran was wide open? We could have easily ran the ball and fumbled. Like running the ball, we could have easily ran the ball and got stuffed and had an 8-yard loss. Anything could have happened on a run too. The same, like risk-wise. If we ran
the box was loaded, by the way. The box was loaded.
Exactly. The ball could have been fumbled. He could have got stuffed, 5-yard loss. It's no guarantee that running the ball was going to work anyway. Let's say he got 1 yard, then touch push 1 yard, then we kick the field goal regardless. Running the ball does not guarantee that we have won it. That play got his ass wide open. He was open. So the play was a perfect play. It was a perfect play call. He was wide open. It's like somebody being wide open for a dunk and you just missed the dunk. It happens 0.0005% of the time, okay? The play was perfectly fine. I have no issue with Kellen Moore. I have no issue with Nick Sirianni about that specific moment. I have no issue that Nick didn't talk to the team. Well, he's supposed to say to the team, catch the ball next time. All right, see y'all right tomorrow. Right. That was on y'all to discuss what y'all need to execute.
And best believe they're going to be in the film room. Listen, people think that the post game, like in the locker room, that's where they chew out the players. No, it's in the film room. The film room is where they're getting their ass. Pause. So, yeah, I'm not rolling with the whole Nick Sirianni thing. Look, y'all took play call away from him already. Now y'all keep trying to find ways to blame him for something. It's weird to me.
First of all, mistakes happen in football. Like AJ Brown has dropped the ball. The best running backs fumble. The best wide receivers drop passes. The best cornerbacks get burnt. The best offensive linemen give up sacks. The best quarterbacks throw interceptions. Yada, 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 yada. Mistakes happen. I'm not mad at a single mistake in the game. I'm not mad at Saquon for dropping that pass. Nobody plays mistake-free anything. The only issue I have, Saquon has been consistent from game 1 to game 2. Jalen Hurts was consistent throughout that game. Offensive line consistent throughout that game. Only people I'm pissed at is the defensive line. Defensive line did not show up week 1. Defensive line did not show up week 2. They were the issue. Mm-hmm. Point blank, period. We can pinpoint one little moment and one little moment here and one little moment there and one little moment here. But who has been the biggest culprit throughout last season and this season?
D-line.
Defensive line. Y'all ain't gonna make me hate Kellen Moore because of that. Y'all ain't gonna make me hate Saquon Barkley because of that. My eyes is staying on who the real culprit is, and it is that defensive line.
You can make an argument defensive line been letting them down since that Super Bowl loss.
Since the Super Bowl. Go on, say it.
So that's the reality. That's the reality. And people gotta understand, like, you know, it takes more than just one moment to lose a game, but like the trend so far is that the Eagles have no pass rush and no run defense. That is a bad place to be. Bad place. It's there are some teams that, okay, they can get to the quarterback, but they can't stop the run. Right? Okay, you can stop the run, but you can't get to the quarterback. They can't do neither. And that is spooky, Symone. That's spooky. I don't know how you fix that on a short week and you got the New Orleans Saints coming up. When they red hot, back-to-back weeks, putting up 40-plus points, laid it on the Cowboys. I don't know. It's a game that, look, I'm not, I'll put it this way. It's only 2 weeks, right? It's only been 2 weeks. We're entering week 3. There are a lot of teams who we expect to beat in the mix later down the line that are 1-1. Green Bay's 1-1. The Lions are 1-1. The Cowboys are 1-1. The Niners are 1-1, right? Then if you go to the AFC side, you got the Ravens 0-2. You know what I'm saying? You got the Bengals, I think are they 0-2 or 1-1? No, the Bengals are 0-2. 0-2.
Bengals 0-2. Ravens 0-2.
Like, and then if you go back to the NFC side, the people had the Rams being way better this year. They're 0-2 now, but I still expect them to be a wild card team at some point. So it's just like, you know, like you said, moments happen, drops happen, fumbles happen, interceptions happen. Like Jalen Hurts so far in the season has 3 interceptions. But so does I think Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes has 3 interceptions on the season. You know what I'm saying? So if you know, a lot of these quarterbacks so far have been throwing a lot of interceptions these first couple weeks, like a lot. Like I think every quarterback has at least 1 interception. Like there's no quarterback I heard that doesn't have any, unless you're just not throwing the ball like a Justin Fields or something. But yeah, let's transition into that Saints game because they have a tough matchup. The Saints offense is clicking on all cylinders. This is a new coordinator, so they don't really have too much to go off of except for those first 2 games. And they've been running the ball well, passing the ball well. They've been very explosive. The one name I'm more concerned about than anybody in that game is Rashid Shaheed. Rashid Shaheed is the name I'm concerned about the most because he kills us when we play them. He kills us. So give me your perspective on this upcoming matchup with the Saints. You know, Derek Carr, Alvin Kamara, Chris Olave, Rashid Shaheed, that defense, the way they play, they haven't allowed more than 20 points or more than 19 points in a game. Just give me your perspective on the Saints right now.
The Saints looking like the worst team. If we had to look at the schedule, all 32 teams, line them up. The Saints is the worst team to have right now, bro. Coming off of a loss and having to play this Saints team that's averaging 50 points a game. This is the worst possible game. I couldn't think of a worse contender to have, a worse opponent to have this week. Mm-hmm. And we're going down to the Bayou.
We never win there.
Going down to the Bayou. My thoughts. Hold on, give me 1 second. I'll get my phone charger. I'll be right back. I'm getting my phone charger.
No, you're perfectly fine. You're perfectly fine. So yeah, like it's just this is a game where you look at the talent that the Saints have, and you say to yourself, okay, Alvin Kamara, who's a force, right? Alvin Kamara is a force, and I expect Alvin Kamara to be Alvin Kamara. But as far as the X factor in that game, I'm sorry. I believe the X factor in that game is Rashid Shaheed because he takes their passing game to another level because of his speed. He's their leading receiver by a long shot. Has the most touchdowns, the most yards. He has 196 yards through 2 games. Rashid Shaheed just makes their passing game that much. He makes their passing game explosive. So for me, yes, Alvin Kamara is somebody you pay attention to, and he is somebody I'm going to pay attention to. But for me, it's just I think Rashid Shaheed is the X factor on that offense. He takes their explosiveness to another level. But yeah, you were about to break down the Saints and your perspective on them.
Saints always been giving us fits. One thing for sure. Obviously, it's any given Sunday. It's still early. You know what I'm saying? Maybe them guys listen to Jalen. They keep telling us Jalen led the huddle. Jalen might have said everything them boys needed to hear to get right this week. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Another big positive. Let me tell y'all a big positive. Big positive. Big positive. Week 1 and week 2, even though the defensive line, the run defense, been buns, back-to-back weeks against good offenses, good running backs. We had Josh Jacobs and we had Bijan Robinson back-to-back with our bum-ass defensive line. We had two top running backs in Bijan and Josh Jacobs. Defense been buns, but what has the defense done? Week 1 and week 2. Got crucial stops.
In the red zone, especially. Red zone defense has been really good.
Yep. When it came down to it in the Packers game, defense got us the big stop. Now, defense got us a big stop week 2 as well. Defense, let's not discredit what the defense did before that Saquon drop. That last big defensive stop should have been the last time the defense had to be on the field. Late in the games against the Packers, even though the defense was bunzos, run defense, leaky as hell, they still got that big stop when we needed to, the Packers game. You know what I'm saying? Week 2, got a big stop, which should have been the last stop. They had to trot back out, y'all. I'm looking for positives. But anywho, one thing we know is late in the game, the defense can give us a stop. Also, another positive is that without A.J. Brown, offense was still moving. It wasn't as fluid as we liked. Obviously, we had the drop, but the offense was still moving without A.J. Brown, and this just gives us another week to build that play calling and build that chemistry because A.J. Brown was ruled out 2 days before. You know what I'm saying? Jahan Dotson had only been with the team for about 3 weeks. This now coming into the Saints game, Jahan Dotson is, has more chemistry with Jalen. They have more time to, implement what kind of offense they want to have without A.J. Brown. So that just gives us another week to build upon that. Plus, I feel like Saquon Barkley is going to be coming out extra juiced up and ready to redeem himself. Like we saw in week 1 when he would slip or he will only get 4 yards, he'd be pissed. Saquon Barkley is somebody who we talk about not having dogs. Saquon Barkley is the biggest dog. We already know like he is somebody who holds himself accountable and he's going to want to make up for it. But I do think that we going to need Jalen Hurts. Do y'all remember 2022? Seemed like decades ago. 2022, when Jalen Hurts would come out on the field, like defense, if the defense was buns, we would just be so confident when Jalen came out. Like we just felt like if Jalen had the ball, we're in that game. If Jalen can get the ball, we're in that game. That's how we felt in 2022. That's how I felt, at least in 2022. Colts game. Offense was struggling the whole game. Defense, the tight game with the Colts. Jalen comes out, gets us that touchdown when we needed to. We saw that in 2022. I need my hero Hurts back. I need 2022 Jalen Hurts. Jalen's going to have to be on point. And we saw in this game, he had the one interception at the end, but Jalen was on point this game.
I feel like he was sharp. I felt like he was sharp the whole game for the most part.
I feel like he was sharp the whole game. Obviously, last interception aside, forcing the agenda, yada, yada, yada. We already know that. But if Jalen Hurts can just be sharp, if Jalen Hurts can rise to the occasion, because it's probably going to be a scenario where it's going to be hopefully, if we're lucky, we can let it be a shootout. If we're lucky, I
don't think we. If AJ Brown is not there, I don't know if a shootout is what I want.
I didn't say that's what I wanted.
Okay,
I said if we're lucky. If it's not a shootout, then it's a blowout, baby.
So you don't think? Oh wow, yeah. That's
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
A shootout is our best case scenario.
No, you're right. You're right. A shootout is our best case scenario. You're right.
Yeah, like the way that their offense is smoking, unless Vic Fangio got some tricks up his sleeve, unless that D-line is tightening up, ready to go back to their college days.
Mhm.
Unless the D-line go play like they in Georgia, like what's their little town called? Athens.
At Athens, yeah.
Unless they play like they in Athens at Sanford Stadium, then baby, a shootout is what we can hope for.
No, that's a good point. I didn't think about it from that perspective. No, you're right. I think to your point, a shootout may be the best course of action because at the very least, your offense is putting up points, and if your defense can get a stop or two, a key stop or two, then that can bode well for you. Kind of like that Packers game. That's a good point. You know, just doubling back to just the personnel, right? You know, not having AJ Brown. I'm trying to understand why Dallas Goedert has been MIA in this offense for the past several games. I don't know what that's about. I don't know if they know something we don't know about Dallas Goedert. But going into that Falcons game and even going into the Saints game, I felt like and I feel like Dallas Goedert should be a clear focal point that you want to get involved. It's like, in what world? And look, I like Britton Covey. I want him to get opportunities. But in what world does Britton Covey have more targets and catches than Dallas Goedert and Jahan Dotson combined? How does that make sense? Just from knowing your personnel and knowing where your money guys are. I don't understand that angle.
What I'm worried about is, see, the good thing is it's only week 2, right?
Correct.
The good thing is it's only week 2. But the thing about that is change has to be made. We can't go into these next couple of weeks doing the same bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, why is Britton Covey getting so many goddamn targets? Now, maybe there's no excuse for Dallas Goedert not being involved as much as he should be. There's absolutely no excuse for that. And we need to get him involved in the offense. Maybe Jahan Dotson wasn't getting that much play because, again, he is newer to the team, newer to the offense. I don't know. How long has it been? 3 weeks?
They traded for him literally a week before the season started.
Yeah. So maybe that's why he wasn't getting that much play.
And I understand that.
But again, going into the next game, Jahan and Goedert have to be focal points in this offense. Like, Britton Covey should not be prioritized over those two.
And look, I give Covey credit. He made a big, you saw it firsthand. He made a big third down, a big third down catch, right? Big. So I it's just that it's not really about Covey. It's more so about it's not really about what Covey's been getting or what he got. It's more so about what Goedert didn't get. And I've always felt like, even more so than AJ Brown. And I know a lot of people may not agree with this. And AJ Brown's a stud. We know what he does for the Philadelphia Eagles. The last thing I want to do is dismiss that man. But me personally, I've always felt that when Dallas Goedert is eating, the Eagles are unbeatable. I've always felt that way because I think Dallas Goedert creates the most mismatches for you in the passing game. He's faster than linebackers. He's too big for safeties and slot corners. He's a yak machine, physical. Wants to put a beating on the defense. He's like, Goedert is low-key an enforcer. I feel like when Dallas Goedert is eating, this offense is quite literally unhinged.
I agree. I feel like there's so much to be optimistic about. Like I said, the only unfortunate thing for us is that we're drawing this opponent week 3. Like,
yes,
it sucks. It sucks that Saquon dropped that ball. But, and I said this numerous times on record, so don't be in the chat saying I'm just saying this. Go check the videos. I literally did a video right before the game saying this exact stuff. Go check that. Don't try me in the comments. The Falcons are a good team. The Falcons have a top defense. They loaded that defense up. The Falcons have losing to the Falcons is not a bad loss.
I've been saying
it's just the fact that we lost with that. We had an opportunity to win it, and we lost it. If you
And
just looked and
they come up
said,
that week
"Oh,
1 loss too. It's the week 1 loss too for them as well. It's like people thought. I've been telling people the Falcons are going to win their division. Like that's my opinion. I felt like the Falcons were going to win their division. I still believe that. I'm not moving off of that. So I'm with you on that. The Falcons are a better team than what they were in week 1, and I think they're actually going to get better. I said on Friday, expect the unexpected, and look what happened.
And also TJ Watt. We don't have TJ Watt. Like TJ Watt was a one-man wrecking machine, and that other bull for the Steelers. Like that Steelers defensive line single-handedly wrecked Kirk Cousins and the Falcons, something we weren't able to do. But what I'm saying is losing to the Falcons is not bad. It's just the way that we lost. It's the fact that we had a simple opportunity to win, that we were this close from my hand. We was this close from Saquon's hand from winning. But drawing the Saints week 3 is very unfortunate because they're a super tough opponent. But there's a lot to be optimistic about. Like I said, a lot. Like I said, defense has shown twice that they can get stops late. They got the stops to keep the offense in it. In the Packers game and in the Falcons game, the defense got the stop to give the offense a chance to win the game. This time, the offense didn't win the game. But at the end of the game, the defense gave the offense a chance to win the game. Packers and versus the Falcons. So it's a lot to be optimistic about. Obviously, it sucks, but another good thing, a lot of other teams lost. So all hell is not breaking loose, but we're going to have to be on point. There cannot be any ineligible receivers downfield. It cannot be any other penalties with the celebrations
our penalties were the worst. We had the worst penalties yesterday. Like illegal man downfield. Cam Jurgens did it twice. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, we just have to be we have to play mistake-free football. And I honestly believe Saquon Barkley is going to make this up to us. We saw just body language-wise in the Packers game, Saquon went ballistic in the Packers game, and he still wanted more. Like, if you could just see on the field that Saquon is just hungry. And I already know, like, Saquon is ready to come out and redeem himself. Everybody's going to have to step up. You know what I'm saying? We looking at our guys, and our guys are looking like bums right now. The D-line is looking like a gang of bums.
It looks off.
But at the same time, they can harden up. They can. We gonna see. We had to see how this team responds against the Saints. That's gonna be the determining factor for what this season is gonna be. How this team responds versus the Saints.
Yeah, that's a great point. The Saints offense, again, averaging 40 plus points a game. 40 plus points a game. Is something like that sustainable? I mean, I'm not trying to down them. I'm just trying to find a silver lining here. Is that sustainable?
I'll say this. How about this? We got a good look. We got 2 weeks on film of the Saints against a weaker defense and a stronger defense. So hopefully, you know, the coordinators is doing their job. They're studying up. It's now 2 weeks on film with them. We are more familiar with the Saints. We've drawn the Saints a while in these past couple of years, so we are a little bit more familiar with the Saints. Looking at last week, am I freezing?
Yeah, it's a little bit. I got you back now. You good?
Okay. If we're just looking at last week, yes, the Saints probably they could drop 50 on us. But we just got to boss up. That's all I'm saying. Like, we got to boss up. The defense has to boss up. They got to boss up. One thing that they expect is for us to lay down. They swear we punks right now. Like, they swear we punks. And they have every right to believe we are punks because that's what we put up. But I'm saying, like, boss up. Boss up. Boss up. Like, what's the mentality? Like, what is the mentality? Like,
well, it ain't the dog mentality. I'll tell you that right now. And you bring up a good point. The Saints gonna try you. 2 weeks in a row, you begin punching them off in the trenches on the defensive side. They're gonna try them. I wouldn't put it past the Saints to run that ball 4, 5, 6 straight times just to test their gangster, just to see where they souls at. You feel what I'm saying? And You know, I look at Jordan Davis and I say to myself and Jalen Carter, I say, yo, y'all are the heart of this defense. If y'all don't win, we don't win. Period. And so far, they have not been winning their matchups. They have not been dominating their matchups. And I understand it makes it way harder for Jalen Carter to really get off because teams not respecting Josh Sweat right now. They're not respecting Bryce Huff. So they're looking at it like, well, I'm going to double Jalen Carter and make everybody else beat me. That's basically what they've been doing for the past 2 weeks. I'm doubling Jalen Carter and everybody else got to step up and beat me. So that's a situation where I don't know where they go from here. I don't know if they try to draw something different. I know we spoke about doing some rearranging, right? With some personnel. What's your thoughts on the idea of taking snaps away from Bryce Huff, getting Zach Bond on the field on the edge because he's a really good pass rusher, getting Zach Bond on the edge somehow, rushing the quarterback, and then getting Devin White back on that field. He was a healthy scratch. He was a healthy scratch yesterday on Monday, which was crazy.
And Rodgers, what's up with that?
That was weird too, yeah.
Because Vic Fangio said it's all about if you're not performing, then you're not getting on the field. So it's time for Vic Fangio to back up what he said because a lot of these dudes don't deserve to go trot back out in that field.
Bryce Huff,
like
especially.
we said, we could try out Zach Bond. Jalen Hunt was a 3rd round pick. Let's see what he got.
Yeah, let me see what he got. Like I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Bryce Huff, did you see where he came off the line and he just fell flat on his ass, on his face? Nobody even touched him yet. He fell. And then there was a moment where he was doing a little Kim, trying to like go around the right tackle. And I'm like, bro, if you don't put hands and feet on this man and stop trying to be all like, oh, I'm going this way, I'm going this way, I'm going this way. Bro, if you don't put your hands on this man and throw him to the ground and get to that quarterback, I'm like, bro, why you salsa? Why you cha-chaing with this man? Like Bryce Huff really has to do some soul searching because he said in his post-game press conference, and I'm paraphrasing, he says like, I'm just gonna, I gotta attack my process and I know things.
I don't want to hear none of that. Nobody want to hear none of that bullshit.
Your process ain't working, my G.
I want to hear them be honest. I gotta boss up. That's all you gotta do. But I don't want to hear nothing about your process. I don't want to hear nothing about that. Boss up. Be better. This is grown men we going up against each week. This ain't practice. This ain't the preseason. It's time to stack up some wins. Yes, let's see what Hunt got. Let's see what Rodgers got. Let's see what Devin White got. We've seen what these dudes got for 2 weeks now.
Mm-hmm. And they put Maddox out there again, which I was surprised about. So at this point, as much as I want Quayon on the outside, and I do, trust me, y'all, I do. I want that boy on the outside. I'm at a point now where I'm willing to bring Isaiah Rodgers back on the field, to put him on the outside, put Quayon on the inside. But Devin White back on that field at linebacker next to Kobe Dean. Zach Bond, you taking snaps away from Bryce Huff. Bryce Huff, you got to earn it now, player. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
Simple as that. I'm shaking it up. I'm sending a message early because this is the kind of moment where you have to send a message early. You can't let this snowball.
Exactly.
This kind of performance on defense, especially in the defensive line, this can really snowball on you. I'm ready to see Jalen Hunt take snaps away from Josh Sweat. Josh Sweat is on a 1-year deal right now. They gave him some extra money up front, but as of right now, you don't really owe Josh Sweat nothing. Josh Sweat, I'm ready to give Jalen Hunt some of your snaps just to see what the young boy got. Again, like BG. I'm not looking at BG to do. Listen, last year, no pitch count. I want BG to go out there and do him. He's not the one I'm looking at because BG is solidified. He's already goated in our. In our minds, right? Super Bowl champion. You know what I'm saying? BG is not the person I'm talking about. But Josh Sweat, Bryce Huff, I'm willing to shake things up to a point where I need Bond and Jalen Hunt to take snaps from them and see what they got. Because clearly y'all ain't got it in y'all right now. Point blank, period. I don't know what's going on. I've never seen Josh Sweat look this much of a non-factor.
I've seen it.
Really?
Josh Sweat been fell off, bro.
Well, last year, okay, I'll put it this way.
When was the last time I got to do this?
No.
When was the last time
That's a good point. But hear me out, though. Hear me out on this, right? Obviously, Super Bowl year, he had a career year, right? But in 2023, I threw him some bail because they had him out there for about 80-90% of the snaps, which is something he's never done in his career. So I'm like, okay, maybe the workload was too much. he couldn't really be as effective down the line. Okay, I'll throw him some bell with that because that was an anomaly for his career. But when I say look like a non-factor, he looked slow. He looked like he's not getting no push. I'm not seeing the speed. I'm not seeing the bend. He looked like he's upright all game. Just like this all game, bro. So I understand your point, though. It's been a while since we did this. It's been a long time. I pray for the week, man. I pray for the week. I pray for the week. I pray for the week.
All we can do, bruh.
It's only been 2 weeks.
Pray.
That's the only consolation I have. I'm gonna be honest. It's only been 2 weeks, y'all. So woo-sa. As frustrated as we are, y'all, it's only been 2 weeks. We got 15 games left. Let's pray.
Oh, when the Saints
go marching in.
Oh, when the Saints go marching in. I need them boys to boss up.
Yeah, boss up.
We got to get this win over the Saints. We got to flip this G. The little boys got the Ravens. We need the Ravens to take out the little boys. We got to beat the Saints.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, if the Saints come out in that black on black,
I'm scared. I'm scared.
If they come out in that black on black and Kamara's dreads is the only thing we can see, all black and dread, that's all we can see. I'm scared. That's gonna be our funeral. If they come out in that black on black, baby, that's our funeral, bro. They gonna be carrying us out in the casket. You know how they do in New Orleans when they be dancing with the body.
You know they do voodoo out there, so we may come back. They might put a hex on us, man. I don't know.
Right? They put a.
Yeah, it's a little spooky right now. But again, everybody, this is very early in the season. You know, I want to tread as lightly as possible, man. But so far, the biggest concern that needs the biggest shakeup, because everything else, I feel like you can work around, or you could tweak, or you kind of fix a little bit. That defensive line, you got to shake that up. Yesterday
at practice, where are the reports? We need to see some reports for practice. So that
they need to start tackling in practice. They need to start tackling. I'll say that too. I feel
like. Tone, I can't.
I feel bad for you because you flew down there. Wait, so did y'all stay the night or you flew back that night?
Barely stayed the night.
Okay, so y'all had an early flight, like 6 a.m. Oh, because that mean you was up by 3:30, probably 4.
We didn't go to sleep.
Yeah, that probably would have been a bad move if you're going to sleep. I'm with you on that.
Y'all, let me tell y'all about what happened.
Yo, I know your man was drawn in the television.
No, he wasn't. He hasn't really been popping G. He hasn't been popping G.
Oh, he been humble? Say less. I respect that. I appreciate it.
He hasn't at all, because let me tell you, we were being extremely hospitable. At the tailgate, we was hospitable. At the game, everybody was hospitable to him at the game. He was very hospitable. I'm surprised. He was never popping G. I'm surprised. He was never talking G or popping G. But, you know, he got the goal, the long-term goal. A lot of these fake Falcons fans feel like they won the Super Bowl. For him, that was a must-win game. So it wasn't like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Y'all, let me tell you what happened. Y'all know I'm a trash talker. Mm-hmm. If y'all don't know that, I be talking G. I be talking mad G. If I'm at the game, I'm going to be talking G. You know what I'm saying? Y'all. It was embarrassing. Y'all know I live in Atlanta, so I had to get on a flight back to Atlanta.
You didn't wear no Eagles gear, did you?
I did. Okay, first of all, I can't even make this up. Half the flight was Falcons, half the flight was Eagles. When I tell y'all, in Atlanta, it's hella Eagles fans in Atlanta. It's hella. I see more Eagles fans than I see Falcons fans on the regular. Like I said, half the flight, I would literally say half the flight was Philly fans, half the flight was Falcons fans. The flight was going to Atlanta. When I tell you, I told y'all this was an early morning flight. The flight was like, we got to the airport at like 3 a.m. I think the flight left at like 5:30, okay? Mm. I'm trying to sleep at the airport. It's 3 a.m., okay? So I'm trying to sleep. Why do I wake up to a sound? These loud, I'm going to say it, ratchet. Y'all was ratchet. Ratchet Falcons fans. Let me tell y'all something. Philly fans, we a little loud, but at least we cute with it. We cute, we demure, we mindful. You know what I'm saying? We cute with it. It was a bunch of ratchet Falcons fans, straight ratchets. They came up and mind y'all, it's 3 a.m. at the airport. They came up in there. No, y'all not about to sleep. Yes.
What?
Yes. They talking about something. Y'all not about to sleep. Y'all think y'all about to sleep? No, wake your ass up. If I'm lying, I'm dying. It was about 10 of them.
Damn.
It was us and some other Eagles fans. First of all, I was smart because I pretended like I was still asleep. You know what I'm saying? These other Philly fans, mind you, it's 3 a.m. We all in the one little section of the terminal. Like I said, half of Philly fans, half Falcons fans. The Falcons fans, it was about 6 women. I don't know if they was on a girls trip or what, but it was like a bunch of Philly dudes. I was probably the only woman Eagles fan. It was a bunch of Philly dudes, and it was like 5 Atlanta women. When I tell you, all I could do was pretend like I was asleep. They was like, they would not let us rest for an hour and a half before the flight. They was going at it. They was clowning our Fly Eagles Fly. That sound like a Confederate chant. Fly Eagles Fly, die Eagles die. Y'all got Jalen Hurts doing everything. Running back, throwing the ball, and he didn't throw that interception. Y'all, they was so loud. It took everything in me not to get up and start ducking and bucking. But I tell you, I was trying to pretend like I was asleep. And once I knew that they was funny. I can't lie. They had me weak. But these other Eagles fans, see, I know competition, right? They reminded me of myself. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because the stuff they were saying was actually hilarious, okay? But they wasn't about to clown me. So I put my hood on and I tightened my hoodie up and like tied my hoodie so you only could see this much of my face. And I pretended like I was asleep, y'all. There was no way you could sleep. They were loud as hell. These other Philly fans were trying to go back and forth with them. They was trying to go back and forth, talk a little trash, go back and forth with them. They wasn't having it. They was like, why y'all all getting on the flight back to Atlanta? Why y'all going back to Atlanta with us? Get on the flight. On the flight, I was able to sleep. Then once the plane landed, because I'm pretty sure they went to sleep on the plane. Once the plane landed, as soon as the plane landed, because y'all know when the plane land, it's like boom, 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 boom. Everybody wake up when the plane land. As soon as they woke up, y'all, it was about 5 of them. They were dispersed on the plane. Some was in the front, some was in the middle, some was in the back. As soon as the plane landed, y'all wake y'all ass up.
Oh my God.
Yes. Wake y'all ass up. Y'all thought we was done? So we just trying to deboard and they going at it again. Bucket hat, because it was a dude in a little Eagles bucket hat. Where you at, bucket hat? They was calling us out in the plane.
You know what I would have said? I would have said, damn, did y'all have that same energy when y'all blew that lead in the Super Bowl?
Look, they was trying it. And this is what their reaction was. That was so long ago. Y'all think we still worried about that?
Yeah, I think we do. We do actually. We do.
It did. And so, like I said, that's where the plane landed. Now, mind y'all, it's Atlanta. I'm in Atlanta. Like I said, it was like half Philly fans. So what I tried to do was a couple of the real loud was in the back of the plane. So what?
The ghetto part of the plane, right?
Right. We was in the middle of the plane. So once we deboarded, I got a good little separation from them because when we landed in Atlanta, it was about 5 a.m. No. It was like 7 a.m. when we landed on Atlanta. So it was a few people in the Atlanta airport. Once they got off the plane, they were still fussing, trolling us once we got off the plane. So everybody else in the airport is like, what's going on? Like, you know, they're confused. Like, what the hell going on that flight? You know what I mean? Because it was just so much commotion. So once I got off the plane, I tried to speed walk so I wouldn't have to hear their mouth no more. Then Dylan had to stop and use the bathroom.
Oh, so you waiting the whole time.
So I had to wait. And by the time I had to wait, the loud ones had already caught up. It was the worst experience of my life. I've never had to sit down. Damn. You know, like Kendrick said, sit down, be humble. There was nothing I could say. All I could do was sit down and be humble.
Yo,
I
that
wanted to
is
call them ratchets
crazy.
so bad, but I was scared it was gonna whip my ass because they was some real ratchets.
It was deep,
They were
deep,
deep.
and probably a little heavy, a little
BBLs.
heavy.
Yep, BBLs. You know Atlanta love the BBLs. It was about 5 BBLs. I was like, y'all have
Lord,
never been so embarrassed in my life. I can't even describe to you how embarrassing that was, y'all. I'm sitting in the
damn.
airport. And they wouldn't let us sleep for an hour and a half. We're sitting this close to each other. This close.
I would have been sick. I'll be honest. I would have been
I
sick.
was sick.
I would have been sick. You
I was
know, like
sick, and I wasn't gonna say nothing because, like I said, they look like they could fight. So I said, you know what? Sit down, be humble. There was a few Falcons fans. Y'all know I got a good mouth with me. I got a smart mouth. Y'all know that. There was some Eagles fans. They wasn't hitting right. They wasn't saying what they were supposed to say.
you probably was like, yo, say, come on, man, you better say
right.
this, like. Yo, I think the Falcons really look. The Falcons, they got one. They beat us by 1 point. They got it. But let's be honest, like Falcons fans really like what do y'all really? Come on,
That's
Falcons
what
fans.
I'm saying. What do y'all have to stand on? Nothing.
Y'all be humble. Be
I can't
grateful.
wait till the Chiefs rock them, bro.
Yo, they gonna smoke them. They gonna smoke them, man. But you know, obviously we gotta watch our own plate. We gotta take care of our own food. You know what I'm saying? But overall, though, I am glad that you had a safe flight going and coming back. I'm glad.
Was it safe? Was it safe?
That's a good point.
Bro.
Was it safe though? Was it?
I cannot describe to y'all how embarrassed. Like, I've never been so embarrassed in my life. I've never been so embarrassed. That was the most embarrassing experience. I'm telling y'all. An empty ass airport. 3 a.m.
I never experienced that before. I never experienced like being in. I don't know if you'll call it enemy territory, but I've never experienced like that. Right? Just coming off a loss.
I've never experienced that.
Because you travel a lot. You travel to games for the most part. So I figured you would at least had to deal with something.
Bruh, they came up in the airport. It's 3 a.m. at the airport. Flight board at like 4:30.
They probably was drunk as shit.
They came up out of nowhere. All I heard from gates down, they walking down. Wake y'all ass up. Everybody wake up. Y'all think y'all finna sleep? No. I said, what the hell?
Yo, J Love funny. He said the Falcons the worst team to lose to.
Worst team, bro.
I feel that. Yo, for some reason, it's something about the Falcons that I hate losing to the Falcons. Cause like I always feel like they didn't earn it for real. I never feel like they earned it. It always seemed like they getting handed something. So J Love, I feel you on that. I feel you on that. Symone, let's get to these super chats because we got a lot of them piling up, and then we're gonna start to close the show. Like I feel bad for you, sis, but you made it home. You made it home. You made it home. And your boyfriend got the right idea, right? It's about the long game at the end of the day. So let's get to the super chat here. Shout out to my man Shep for the $10 donation. He said, "Go Birds, shalom, Tone and Symone. Keep up the good work. I definitely apologize, Tone, for earlier comment on Huff. He's definitely not what we're looking for right now to get the job done." No, Shep, you good, big dog? You ain't gotta apologize, man.
You ain't gotta apologize for him.
Shep, you my OG, triple OG. You good, big dog? Listen, I appreciate you for always supporting the show, always showing love. You know, you always invest. You bought merchandise. You donate every time I'm on. Listen, I know that pension, lovely the way you be donating. So I appreciate you, big dog. Don't even trip. All right, let's get to the next one. Symone, you want to read this one?
The way the Eagles been winning since 2023, hanging on by a thread, it makes me feel I can't take my team seriously, which is a shame. Appreciate the super chat. That's exactly how I feel. This loss wasn't just one loss. It's the way this has been going on for 20 weeks now. This has been going on for 20 weeks.
Yeah, pretty much. That's a fact. Yeah, Austin, thank you for the super chat, man. I really do appreciate your support, man. D Love with the $9.99 super chat. He says, "I just don't think Eagles have the personnel to run the scheme they want to on defense. They need a good D-line and linebackers to run this scheme. D-line is a liability and linebackers are average at best." You know, believe it or not, D Love, I feel like the linebackers have been okay. You know, and to your point, that average is probably okay, right? But the D-line, like you said, I feel like that's been the biggest disappointment. That is why the Eagles haven't really been able to really take off the way they want on defense. Because I feel like linebackers and DBs have been doing okay. They've been hitting hard. I feel like they've been pretty decent in coverage. I feel like Kirk Cousins and Jordan Love, for the most part, they were having tough days hitting a mark. But then as the game progresses, the DBs and the linebackers can only keep up coverage, but for so long. At some point, D line got to get home, right? You can't just be covering. Somebody can get open if the quarterback got 5 seconds to make a decision, right? So yeah, man. It's the reality is it's just been that D line has really been letting us down, bro. They've really been letting us down. They're underperforming. That defense has talent on it, but they've been underperforming, D Love. But to your point, though, I don't think you're necessarily wrong at all, my man. So I appreciate you. Appreciate the donation, man. It goes a long way with us, man. Thank you. All right. G Fish. Symone, you want to read this one?
Appreciate the chat. 117, section 117, row 12, seeing Huff Electric Slide. His new name is Boogie. I'm still hot. First game seeing that. Lord, I feel you, brother. I feel you. You was down there too close. The view was too close.
Said his name Boogie. Damn.
Boogie is crazy.
Man, I'm gonna start calling Huff Lil Kim. That's his name, Lil Kim.
Lil Kim is crazy.
That's what he was doing all night. Just cha-cha now, y'all. Reverse. He was getting reverse all game. Like he didn't go forward not one time. Let's keep it pushing. Thank you, G Fish. We appreciate you, big dog.
Appreciate you, G Fish.
Chin A with the $5 super chat. He says, "Catch the damn ball, Saquon."
Facts,
bro. I just don't, bro. That sent me. Oh my god, that sent me, bro. That sent me, man. Oh, all right. Thank you, Chin. I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Appreciate you, Chin.
All right. Let's see. Green Wingman
said, first off, enjoying your show. Again, it's only 2 weeks to the season, so there's no real panic. With that said, with the defense being bad since Super Bowl loss, who do we put the blame on and not address this problem? Yeah, D-line has been bad in the Super Bowl, and D-line has been bad since then.
True.
I don't know who we could put the blame on. Since the Super Bowl, we got the best defensive prospect in that draft, which was Jalen Carter, the best prospect. So we made a move there. And
Nolan Smith, right? When we drafted him, everybody was like, great value.
Right. And Nolan Smith. So we went D-line twice in the draft after the Super Bowl, after the D-line was shaky in the Super Bowl. I don't know. I feel like it's just guys living up to their potential. I feel like we went and got who we were supposed to get. They just haven't lived up.
Yeah. Wingman, I would have to agree. It's just guys haven't lived up to expectations. That's all. That's really all I could put it at this point, man. Wingman, thank you so much for your donation, my friend. I appreciate you. It means a lot to us. All right, let's get to the next one. Uncle Nate, dog, what's going on with the $4.99 super chat? He says, if we have the coaches give all the receivers the same route tree as AJ Brown, that would open up our defense even more. Just my opinion. # go Birds. It's funny you say that, right? I've always felt like, just because AJ Brown's your best player, that don't mean that he should be getting all your best routes, right? I feel like you should really be getting real creative with these other guys you have, to create space for them. And I feel like Kellen Moore has been doing a pretty decent job creating opportunities for guys. I really do. And I know a lot of people say, they're tired of the bubble screens, they're tired of those, they tired of those pass plays to the boundary or whatever. I came to realize after watching 2 weeks of football, all these teams are doing that. All these teams are throwing those jailbreak or those bubble screens, hoping their wide receivers can make a play. This is not just an Eagles issue. This is an NFL thing. All these teams are running those jet sweep, running those bubble screens and so on and so forth. But to your point, Uncle Nate, yeah, man, you got to get Jahan Dotson involved somehow. You gotta get Dallas Goedert going. You just got to be better, man. With you got to be better without AJ Brown. So far, we 0-2 without him, and that's not really a large sample size. But because of how things have been going, and because of the narrative surrounding Jalen Hurts, people don't like to give Jalen Hurts credit without AJ Brown, and when so it's just again low hanging fruit. But Uncle Nate, we appreciate you, big dog. Thank you so much for donating to the channel. It means a lot to us. I think you made a pretty good point. All right, Green Wingman is back again with the super chat. Symone, you want to rock this one up?
Appreciate the super chat. Do you feel that the OCs haven't done enough scheme? Goddard or Hurst hasn't done a good job when he's open? Yeah, we talked about that earlier.
That's a good question, though. Like, because I don't know if we
or
approach it
Hurst
from
hasn't done a good job when he's
right.
open.
I don't know if we approach it from that angle, which is a good question. And I, quite frankly, part of me wants to be like, Hurst don't be looking his way. On that note, Green Wingman, thank you so much for your super chat, big dog. I hope we answered your question with our silence. so Wingman, we appreciate you, man. Thank you, big dog. I appreciate you, man. It goes a long way.
Appreciate you, Wingman.
For sure. Anthony Perry with the $10 super chat. He said, "Put Devin White in, please. Fangio got to switch it up. It's the NFC South. Huff sucks." Like, I feel like he says so much but so little. Like, yes, right. I think at this point I'm ready to see Devin White on the field just because I'm not happy with what I'm getting from Huff. Shift Bond down. He's your most versatile. You can make an argument Huff may be your most versatile guy in the front seven because his ability to play linebacker and play the edge and play coverage, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm ready to see Zach Bond get some more pass rush snaps, take some snaps away from Bryce Huff, get Devin White next to Kobe Dean, get Devin White downhill because that's one thing he can do. He can get home. So yeah, Aunt Perry, we appreciate your super chat, big dog. Thank you. All right, Symone, what about this one? You got this?
Yep, Mansa Musa, appreciate the chat. This is gonna show what type of team we have. Exactly. We got to see how we respond.
Absolutely.
Like, we can't just show up and get dog walked. We have to show some fight. We have to show some oomph. Some dogs need to start barking. We need to hear some people barking against the Saints.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they need to find their souls, man, because the Saints gonna test them. They're gonna test them early. They're gonna run right. They're gonna run right up the middle, right? Just to test a gangster. I know they is. Listen. What Kendrick say? Walk him down whole time. I know he got some hoe in him. I'm telling you. I think some of these teams looking at the Eagles like that defensive line. Ooh, they got some hoe in them. I just got to walk them down and prove my point. So, Mansa Musa, hopefully, to your point, man. Hopefully they show us that they got more heart than what they showed us at this point. All right, let's see here. Aunt Perry back again with the $2 super chat. He said, "Why did we let Reddick walk?" Yo, that's looking more and more like a mistake every single day. Like even at the time, I understood their logic, but I still wasn't happy about it. But I rolled with it. You know what I'm saying? I just like, all right, it is what it is. You know, it happens around the league. It's not nothing that we haven't seen before in this league. But Hassan Reddick's value just skyrocketed. If the Eagles decide to, because we've been hearing rumors about, you know, like, oh, should the Eagles go back to Hassan Reddick? And I'm like, I don't know if they're gonna spend the block on that. Right. But let's just say they did, right? Let's just say hypothetically they did. That his value, whatever he was asking for, he deserve it now. He deserve it now. I'll tell you that right now. Thank you, Aunt Perry. We appreciate you, big bro. All right. Green Wingman back again.
Yeah.
He said sound like Symone flew Spirit.
Yep. It was given very much Spirit.
Wait, did you fly Spirit for real?
Yeah.
Lord. Oh my, that's why
you going on to fly at 3 a.m. Delta don't do that.
Yo, I mean, American do.
Delta, Atlanta is either Delta, Spirit, or Frontier.
That's true.
That's true. Yes, that was given very much Spirit, bro.
Lord, that's why you saw them BBLs. Spirit. That's why you saw. Yo,
no, it was on the BBL because it was the Atlanta. The BBLs be on all the flights, all the Atlanta flights.
No wonder it was rad shit. You flew Spirit, my G. Damn.
Okay, but regardless, I've been on a bunch of Spirit flights. I ain't never seen nothing like that.
Yo, you know what's so funny about that?
I've never experienced that in my life. I've been on Spirit a million times.
So just out of curiosity, right? Is it true that you got to pay for oxygen on there?
Basically, I don't be paying for nothing on there. If I'm flying Spirit, I'm not paying for nothing. It's like a one-night trip. Like all I need is my outfit, my toothbrush, and all that. If I'm going on a long, if you fly in Spirit, you're not paying for a bag because then it costs the same amount as it would cost on a regular flight. Like if I'm a pay for anything extra, I might as well fly Delta. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel that.
But yeah, you do got to pay for everything.
Lord have mercy. My wife told me. She said, Tone, I'm telling you this right now. For as long as this is going on, you better not ever ask me about a spirit flight.
Look,
I was like, even if it's necessary, even if it's like desperado, she was like, listen, we'll figure it out. But
look, sometimes you gotta fly that spirit flight. Like I said, I say every time I'm never getting on Spirit again. And then when I go online and it's $16 to fly Spirit and it's $300. Yeah, I've gotten on a flight for $16. I've been to Philly on a $17 flight before.
Oh shoot, dang, Spirit might be the move when you run
That's
Dolo.
what I'm saying. That's how cheap Spirit be. I think this flight for this trip was only $50.
That's tough. I'm gonna be all right.
Like, why would I pay for
and they
no
lost? So I ain't mad at that. All right, yeah.
No layover. I've literally flown to Philly from Atlanta for $17 on Spirit.
That's tough.
They can never make me hate. Why am I gonna pay $400 to get a movie and some almonds?
No, you're right. No, when you put it in perspective like that, I feel you on that. I feel especially if I'm just trying to get there and I'm probably gonna be there for 24 hours. Yeah, that's a good move. That's a good job. You know, it's like the
only downside is you don't get a bag. But like I said, if it's just an overnight trip, I don't need a bag. All I need is an outfit and my toiletries. Right. I'm telling you, I've flown for $17. That flight, $50. I'm not paying $400 for literally some almonds and a movie that you get for the extra.
I feel you. Hey, listen, I'm rolling. I'm rolling. Thank you, Green Wing, man. You really just you created a whole conversation just now. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you. Aunt Perry back again with the $20 with the dub. He said, if we see them again, please, Lord, let us have AJ Brown. I want them to keep that same energy.
Yeah, I'm ready to see them get rocked.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
Like I said, before then, I've never had a bad experience with a Falcon fan. Them Raptors I saw on that flight.
They confident for no reason. They confident for no reason. They still living off the Michael Vick days. They confident for no reason.
No, usually they be sad as hell, moping around.
That's because
they was beat. They was acting like they won the Super Bowl.
I know. Did you see him in the locker room?
Yes, they act like they won. I can't wait till Patrick Mahomes trick their up.
Thank you, Aunt Perry. We appreciate you, bro. J Love with the $50 with the half a man. Thank you, J Love 47. We appreciate you, bro. This is my
J Love got money. That's enough for a Spirit flight, Toe.
Hey, listen, J Love, you just booked me a flight to Spirit, big dog. It's funny. J Love is my arch nemesis, but we got a lot of love for each other. A lot of love and a lot of hate. But I appreciate J Love, man. He always show love. With the $50 super chat, that $50. He said $50. Worst loss. He said worst loss ever. No, it wasn't. He said, I'm sorry. We are in for a bad season, boys. I'm telling you right now. Better focus on the 76ers or the Phillies. And Hurts is not it. I don't know about them Sixers, but
the Hurts not it.
Yeah, he's not really a Hurts guy. He never really has been. He's tried, but he's not really a Hurts guy. But I'm not rocking with the worst loss ever. You know, you pay $50 for this, so I'm gonna definitely give you some airtime. Yeah, I can't agree with that at all. I mean, I'm willing to say that Titans loss was worse. Like the one when Wentz lost, and we was pretty much controlling it from the whole game, and then the game went to overtime, and then they just blew it. That was a worse loss than this, in my opinion. Shoot, the Super Bowl loss was worse than this because that hurt my soul. That hurt my spirit. I had to work that morning and talk about that shit. Like, I'm like, yo, y'all don't understand. I could cry right now on this camera. Like, it was bad. But, you know, J Love, I appreciate you, bro. The Sixers got to prove it to me, man. Paul George, we'll see what he gonna do. I like him, but we're gonna see. I think Max is gonna come out and do his thing as always. Phillies, they finally getting back on track. It's funny. This is where Symone and I part ways.
Hold on. J Love said they had a 7% chance of winning and we lost. That's why he's saying worst loss.
If you got a 7% chance of winning, then you know that's not really high, right? If they had a 90% chance of winning, then that makes more sense.
The Falcons had a 7%.
Oh, the Falcons had a 7% chance of winning.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. Oh, damn.
That was a tough loss.
It was tough. It was tough. It's not
Things are supposed to be, it's the timing of the laws. Things are supposed to be different. Like this season's supposed to be different. But it was just given same bullshit as last year.
Yeah, I feel you. J Love, thank you so much, my man. I really do appreciate you. You know I got love for you, even though you're my arch nemesis. We're gonna continue to hold it down, big dog. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, let's see where I'm at. All right, we got a few more, then we out of here, Symone. War with the $9.99 super chat. He said, Symone, I was at the game when Dallas blowed us out with Jalen's first year starting. I was sick, bad feeling, dog. I was on the first plane smoking out of there. Yo, bro, that was a bad game. That was an ugly game, man. That was an ugly game. And I think that was, oh no, you're right. That was his first year starting. Yeah, that was like week 5, Monday Night Football. That was an ugly job. Ugly. Yeah, I feel you on that, War. But we only 2 weeks in, man. We got a lot of football left. A lot of football. So hold your head, big dog. Maurice Kent with the $1.99 super chat, just showing love. I appreciate that, Maurice Kent. Thank you, Reese. We appreciate that big time. Symone, you want to read this one?
Appreciate you, Shep. Great show, Tone and Moan. Keep up the good work. Go Birds. Appreciate y'all. Y'all know we're going to hold it down. We're going to hold it down.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're going to hold it down regardless. And shout out to our man, LB. He under the weather right now. And, he got his daughter. So, he doing a balancing act right now. So we appreciate him. And we're gonna hold it down for him. That's our guy. He definitely gonna be back next week. He ain't ducking no smoke.
Right. Y'all got it
twisted.
Who ducking smoke? We used to lose.
Y'all got it twisted. He ain't ducking no smoke at all. That's the one thing LB ain't ever been about. So shout out to him. And shout out to my man Shep once again for the $10 super chat. Appreciate you, big dog. Aunt Perry back again with the white vans. $5 super chat. He said, hold your head up, Symone. I'm in Atlanta too. We still repping.
Oh, appreciate you, Perry. You pulling up? Are you pulling up to the Eagles bar Sunday? You pulling up? Let me know.
He got another super chat. He said, if we get this one Sunday, the spin gonna be wild. So, hey.
If we get the win on Sunday, I'm gonna do a backflip.
If we get that, that's the kind of win that can completely flip your season. Because everybody is smoking the Saints pack. Everybody is high on it right now. And, if you get that win, and it's even if it's a close one, a field goal or 6 points, if you get that win, that's the kind of win that can be like, oh, okay, all right. Maybe they are caught lacking against the Falcons, but they beat the Saints. The Saints is the hottest team moving right now. So, yeah. And Perry, we appreciate you, big dog.
Yeah. Like I said, we beat the Saints. It's on, baby. Like I said, I'm going to do a backflip. Hold me to it. Hold me to it, y'all. Hold me to it.
A backflip on that Spirit flight, You know what I'm saying?
Nah, the plane might come down if I do that.
Yo, yeah, it is Spirit, right? It is Spirit. but y'all, we really do appreciate y'all for locking in on the show for as long as y'all did. Goes a long way with us. We know it's kind of been 2/3 of the crew. And y'all still been supporting us and holding us down, man. The numbers have been amazing. The comments, and you guys have been sharing, hitting that like button. Please, please, please hit that like button. Go on the Rampage, y'all. Smash that like button on both channels. We are live on 2 channels. We are live on Symone with the Sports. We are live on Chalk It Up Sports, y'all. Please smash that like button. The vibe is right. Everything is going to be okay, y'all. Please hold your head. Don't sweat it. It's only 2 weeks. Yeah, we got some concerns, but most of the concerns we have are fixable. One of them with the D-line, that's alarming, but we got some pieces that we can say, you know what? Let's see what they can do. So, hold your head, y'all. It ain't the story has yet to be fully written. We only made it through chapter 2. We still got 15 more chapters left. And if you throw in the playoffs, man, we still got, about 3 or 4 more chapters. Because again, I got us going to the big one. That's just me. But they got to prove it, y'all. They got to prove it. But nonetheless, y'all, we appreciate y'all. Smash that like button. Make sure you are subscribed to both channels. Symone, any final words before we get out of here?
Oh, when the birds come
go flying in.
Oh, when the birds come flying in. Let's get this win, y'all. We flying in. The Saints marching out that day. You know what I'm saying? We flying in. The Saints marching out. Or when the Saints go marching out with that L. We about to walk up in here and get this win. It ain't no other way. It ain't no other way.
And it's straight like that. Smash that like button. Make sure you guys are subscribed. You guys were tuned into the Link Up featuring Symone Stanley, Lord Brunson, and yours truly, Tone DeShields II from Chalk It Up Sports, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. We out here, y'all. Peace.